The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, here we are, Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God we're here. Thank God you're there, and all of us together, right here together on another Friday, whether you're at your job, at your home, or any place you hang out and congregate. You're welcomed here with us to the Coffee Hour. That's where we are. We're coming to you live from New York City, and that's where we originate, but we're all over the world. We're global, and you could be part of the show as well. That's right. All you have to do is just take your time and relax and cool out and listen up, because you could be part of it by chiming in conversation. I'm going to tell you about that, how you can do that. First of all, we want to welcome everyone who's with us. And no matter where you are around the world or across the country, we're right there with you. All you have to be is in a nice place where there's a lot of hot spots, Wi-Fi. And once you have all of that, you're in. So we thank you so much for being along with us. As I said, we're going to be here for a whole full hour, and you could be part of the conversation. We'd like to thank all of our people who've been with us for such a long time. You already know the protocol, and you come back again and again, and we really do appreciate that. But now I want to chat with some of the people who may be possibly new to this show and maybe here for the very first time. Okay, as the host of the show, let me introduce myself to you, Frank Allan, and as the host of the show, I get things rolling by doing what I'm doing now. And I'm in the prep mode. So I'm prepping the show. And as I prep the show, we want you to chime in anytime you like. You have a keyboard on your computer, your cell phone, and your tablet. Well, use that computer board, that keyboard, and type in whatever you want to talk about. And I will see you right there on the big screen. And I am going to entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. That's what the show is all about. It's all free exchange of ideas and of opinion. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot of those. So get ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as far as conversation goes, as I prep the show, I throw out conversation, but you can throw out conversation at the same time. And what I mean by that, if you have anything in particular to say other than what I bring out, please feel free at any time at all. And we're going to entertain that. If it's important to you, it should be important to us. And we'll just linger on it and have a good time with it. Now, you know something? We're free form here. So anything that we talk about is no problem. No problem at all. You could talk about any subject you like. You could talk about news of the day or anything. We've got a big weekend coming up. You want to talk about that? Please feel free. All right. And if you're here for the very first time and you're watching us on Facebook, well, I want you to take the opportunity to right now to let all of your friends know that we're out here. Now, you can do that by tagging your friends on Facebook. It doesn't take that effort, all right? It just takes a simple little click. And when you tag your friends, and you can tag as many as you like, because the more the merrier. They'll see that information coming from you. They'll click onto that tag, and it brings them directly to us. All right. If they like what they see, if they like what they hear, of course, they'll come back again and again. So please send out your request to your friends to join us right here. We really would appreciate that. It helps us a lot too when you do that. Okay. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to go onto my YouTube channel. And when you're on the YouTube channel, take time to subscribe. If you haven't done it thus far, subscribe to it. Just drag your mouse over to where it says subscribe. It's in black border, white print. Put the arrow there and click on. In this case, it's a right click. And that's all it takes. Now, the good news about it, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite part. You don't have to pay anything. There's no financial situations involved here. All you have to do is just Take a little time. Take that split second. It's not even a split second. It's just a click of a mouse. How long does that take? Right? No time. And once you do that, you're in. It's just as simple as that. And the reason why we want you to do that is, first of all, we want to keep a track on who's actually following us, who's with us, who's out there with us every week. And because we take account of that and we keep track of that. The other reason is that now that you have been a member, you clicked on, from here on in, it gives you the opportunity to know that whenever we come on the air live, you'll get that instant notification. Now, you may say, you know something, I don't need it. You never know. You may forget about the show. Let's say, for instance, you pop in next week on the computer and you forget about the show and you just happen to be out there and you get that instant notification that'll pop up letting you know that the show is on the air. All right. And that could happen right when the show begins. It also can happen at any given time because we may be posting some kind of still picture or video or anything like that. So it may be a little busy. And when you get that instant notification, all you have to do is just click onto it. It brings you right to the site right there, and you'll get a chance to see what's going on. But the main thing is that if you forget about the show, you get that instant notification. So that's the benefit of clicking on and subscribing to my YouTube channel. For you guys who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything special. The only thing that we want you to do is just keep track of your friends, tell them all about it, your family, friends, and relatives, and let them know what's happening, that they're on the air. Share it with them. It's a good thing, you know, and you can do that. Now, the other thing too, for you guys on YouTube and Instagram, you can do something similar to the people on Facebook. When they go there and tag this show to their friends, you could do something similar. Now, all you have to do is cut and paste the actual platform that you're watching us on. All right, cut and paste that and send it to as many friends as possible, as many as you like. 1 or 2, 3 or 4, it doesn't matter, just as long as you send it out to them. All right. Now, I know a lot of you have so many friends, you can't send them all, you know, take it in stride, you know, each week, add a few more and add a few more and make them part of us. All right. So once you do that, it's all good. All right. So subscribe, connect with them. You guys on Facebook, want you to do that and tag them. And you guys on Instagram, YouTube, do the same thing. Tag them all and bring them all in. While the show is just getting started, it'll give them time to know. And if they like what they see, they like what they hear, they'll come back again and again, just like you. Well, we got a good show today. As I like to think all of my shows are good shows. We try to make them as good as possible. What we do is we have our own little thing as well in the show that we implement in the show. For instance, in this particular half hour of this hour, we're going to call on Brian Camp because he's coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's our sports guy. And he is going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. The name of his show is called Sports Update, and he has a lot to talk about in the world of sports. There's a lot of sports news to talk about, and he has all of that information coming up. So we want you to stand by and take a little time. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you as well, okay? So the sports is coming up, and later on in the program, before the end of the program, I have those movies that all of you should know about, all right? Now, I picked my picks of the week of movies and documentaries and things like that to add to your bucket list of what to watch on the weekend. Now, a lot of you know that this is a long weekend coming up and you're going to do a lot of things. You may not even want to watch movies. You may just want to sit back and enjoy family and friends, and that's okay too. But if you decide to do that, I just want to put my 2 cents in and add on to your bucket list of movies and documentaries that I think you're going to like. So I have that coming for you. It's all coming up later on in the program, so stand by for that. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talkback Live or the Coffee Hour. Talkback Live was last night, the Coffee Hour this morning. All of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. All right, got that clear? Okay, do you understand that? Okay, because now it's time to lift up our cups and glasses and anything like that because it's coffee time. And what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So, excuse me while I shoot up. Nice shot. Well, this is going to have to do for now, right? This is going to have to do for now, right? A kick. And you don't necessarily have to have coffee. You could have a little orange juice, milk, cocoa, tea, which they say is a little more refined than coffee, although it has more caffeine than coffee. Okay. And they do have decaffeinated tea as well as decaffeinated coffee. Whatever your beverage is or whatever your liking is, enjoy it with us because we're going to be around here for a whole full hour. And we thank you so much for being along with us. I see a lot of people have come in. I want to say hello to Lisa coming out of Ohio. We got Ohio in the house. We got North Carolina in the house. That's Warren Dancer out there from Greensboro, North Carolina. He's got 67 degrees right now. That's his temperature out there. It's going to be clear. That's good news to know. And the high there is going to be 75 degrees. Okay. What do you have out there in Ohio where you are, Lisa? I'd like to know that. And while I'm at it, I might as well tell the rest of you guys if you're going to join in conversation, and I hope you do, because we don't bite here. But we would love you to come in and join in conversation. And if you're going to do that, give us your weather forecast where you are. If you live in a different state or maybe on the other side of the world or something like that, just give us something. It doesn't have to be full blown or anything. It can be something like a little emoji, a little sunny emoji, or something like just Warren just did. He just told us just point blank, 62 degrees presently, clear, 72 degrees the high. Simple. Because you're not a meteorologist. For that matter, I'm not either, but I give you the full weather forecast coming out of New York. But give us yours and let us know what you got, and we'll compare notes and see what we have. Now, those of you who live in New York, don't worry, because New York is the weather that I am going to take care of, being that we're coming out of New York. So you guys who live in New York City, in the vicinity or one of the 5 boroughs of New York, don't worry about it. I will take care of all of that. Now, over there where Lisa is, she's got 53 degrees presently in Ohio. And the high for today for her is going to be 62. So look at the numbers there. 72 the high for North Carolina over there in Greensboro, and 62 in Ohio. I'm not pretty sure. I keep forgetting. What part of Ohio are you living, Lisa? What part of Ohio? Give me the actual city in Ohio. So from now on, I can acknowledge that if I can remember that too, Ohio. But I do know she's got 62 degrees of high over there. So the rest of you guys too, if you're coming in with a little conversation that you want to have with us, make sure that you give us your weather forecast. And I got to tell you, it's not mandatory that you do it. It's just something that we'd like to just have fun and compare notes with. Leesburg, Ohio. Leesburg, Ohio. I never heard of Leesburg, but that's where she is. And that's the part of Ohio. But I'll remember that from now on. Leesburg, Ohio. Okay. So the 62 degrees are high in Leesburg. Okay. So we got that covered. We got all of that going on. And I hope that you will stay off with us for the balance of the show. Yes, it is May, and we're coming up to the latter part of May before you know it. Okay, because it's the 23rd of May today. All right. So times just keep going by real fast. Before you know it, June is coming around. We're fast approaching the summer months, which of course I like. And we start off with this long holiday weekend. And what are you going to do for the weekend? It's a long holiday weekend for a lot of us. Some of us have the luxury of having the whole entire weekend off. That means you don't have to go back to work until Tuesday. Some of you may have to work over the weekend, right throughout the whole entire weekend. I'm sorry about that, but look at it this way. You have a job that someone wished they had. All right, just look at it that way. All right. But anyway, it's the month of May, and we're going to carry on with the month of May. And all of this weekend, people are going to be doing a lot of things. People are doing a lot of things this weekend. All right, maybe a barbecuing, hanging out with friends, family, relatives, doing something like that. That's what they do on Memorial Day, because that's what it is. It's Memorial Day. But don't forget, while you're doing all that partying and having a lot of fun, don't forget our fellows and our gals in the military. This is their day, and it's Fleet Week as well. It's Fleet Week, Memorial Day, Fleet Week. I know some of the soldiers, sailors, and they come off the ship way on the west side near the Hudson River. They get off that ship, and they're going to have a whole week to spend with us New Yorkers. And so Fleet Week is here. We're celebrating that. What else are we celebrating? Oh, here's something we're celebrating. Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Now, if you want to be short about it, you can just say Asian American Heritage Month. Okay, that's what we're celebrating. Along with that, there's a lot of celebrations to be celebrating. You got Memorial Day weekend. You got Asian American Heritage Month. You've got you have Fleet Week. You know, salute to the soldiers there. All right, but if you're celebrating Asian American Month, if you have any festivities you like to talk about or just lay on us, please feel free. We would love that. Because we want to party along with you. All right. So, and you could talk about the history, you could talk about your culture, all of that. It's all right here. You can talk about it right on this show, you know. So we want to have a lot of conversation going on. Also, we're celebrating Jewish American Heritage Month as well. And to all of my Jewish brothers and sisters who are here celebrating for the whole month, there's a lot of celebrations to be celebrated. And you could do the same thing. Let us know what kind of activities are happening in your community so we can talk about it, so we can pass it along to others who may not know or who may want to join you in those celebrations. We look forward to that. Now, getting back to the military people, being that this is Fleet Week and it's Memorial Day holiday weekend, it's also National Military Appreciation Month. So this is your weekend, this is your month, and we salute all of the young men and women of the military, no matter where you are, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, it doesn't matter. You know, you're serving this country, and we really appreciate that, you know, because you put your tails out on the line every day for us. And we hope that you continue to do that and keep doing the right thing while you're there. So we want to let you know that. And I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. And I'm speaking for myself. Other people can say the same thing and they can speak for themselves. But one thing for sure, just like James Taylor says, you have a friend. Okay. Also, it's National Blood Pressure Education Month too. So we're going to be talking about this all month long. We got one more week for this month. So we're going to keep talking about it. Keep letting you know to be proactive, to keep your blood pressure under control. Okay. And you don't have to go to the doctor to do that. Well, you do have to go to the doctor, but you don't have to go to the doctor to check your blood pressure every now and then. Some people can do it, and some people just rather wait till they go to the doctor. But if you can, you know, go to the drugstore or the pharmacy and get yourself a little blood pressure kit. You know, they're easy to work. They're very simple. And you can do it just like the pros, like the doctors do it. Just wrap that thing around your arm and let it fly and see what your blood pressure is. All right. And we hope that you keep it down to a minimum and stay healthy, prevent all of the other things that go with high blood pressure, like obesity and other things like that. So keep it all under control. And if you have medications that you have to take that the doctor says that you should take, by all means, don't hesitate to do that. Stay in touch, stay on top of all of that, okay? Because we're all getting older. Wiser, but older. Can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. It's National Taffy Day. That's National Taffy, Saltwater Taffy Day. It is. Would you believe it? And to commemorate that, have a little saltwater taffy. Now, this is what saltwater. Now you got to know one thing. Saltwater taffy is one of those. It's that kind of a candy that's seasonal. You can't get it and any other time. This is the months, the summertime months that you can get saltwater taffy. Now, you were wondering if you like saltwater taffy, there's no salt in it. There's absolutely no salt in it. What it is that it came about, the name saltwater taffy came about, is that back in 1880, I think it was 1883, uh, there was someone mentioned that there was a flood of seawater, a flood of seawater in a boardwalk shop. I don't know if it was Coney Island or whatever, but on a boardwalk, there's a shop that was flooded with seawater, and it was soaked taffy in there. So that's how they got the name, saltwater taffy. And it's delicious. And if you care to enjoy, I got a gang of them. Okay, if you care, if you so inclined, I got a gang of them. I'm not going to take any now because, if I eat saltwater taffy now and then drink my coffee, now the coffee is going to taste bland. You can't put sugar on top of coffee or anything, or tea or anything like that. Anyway, we thank you so much for being along with us. Don't forget to give us your weather forecast. I usually give it around this time, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to let Brian take charge of the rest of it right now, because it is his time to come out of Charlotte, North Carolina, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And friends, if you have any sports related questions, feel free, because he has the answers and he's going to give them to you. If he doesn't have the answers, he's going to get the answers one way or the other. So Brian, I want to do this in advance. I want to wish you and yours a happy and healthy Memorial Day holiday weekend. It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a busy one for me, for sure. And everybody enjoy. Most of all, be safe and enjoy the holiday. I mean, you get a week, you get an extra day off, Yeah, absolutely. So that's where we are right now, for whatever you have plans made. Hope that you all have fun, enjoy the weather. So I'd like to say good morning to everybody out there from New York and in Ohio and in North Carolina. Here in the Queen City of North Carolina, it is presently 67 degrees, going up to 78. Lots of sunshine. So be ready for the sun. Hello to Mary. Hello to Lisa. Hope all is well with you. And hope that your day will be going accordingly as we enjoy this weekend holiday. Let me get the sports right quick. The NFL owners approve a proposal for players to participate in flag football. Flag football is a game where there's no contact. You just got to touch the person's on the waist side where they have a flag. If you grab it or touch any part of their body, I think it's more of grabbing a flag. That means you play stop and you do not continue on your running or your ability to break away for a touchdown. But anyway, they will participate in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. All 32 teams owners voted approved to event, although they only needed 24 to approve it. The league will need to negotiate with the National Football League Players Association, that's their union, of course, as well as the Olympic officials and the national governing bodies on the specific of letting the NFL players to participate. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I know we want to serve our countries, but a lot of media people and some players there is concern. As you know, we live in a day and age in sports where it doesn't take much on a non-contact sport for you to rupture your Achilles or tear ACL, and you could be out. You could be out for a while. You could be out maybe for a year, depending on the situation. So there is some concern. There's no safety issues when it comes to an injury like that. You don't have to get hit. There don't have to be no contact. It's a non-contact injury, and it could be career ending. So there's some concern about it. We'll see what happens, but they did approve it as well. They also avoided the ban of the tush push. That's a thing that's been in recent years with football players. They line up together on short yardage, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and they just hand the ball off, or the quarterback just just go straight up the middle while the rear end of the players behind the person that have the ball is going to push forward. A lot of teams don't like it, but they took a vote on it and they said that they're going to leave it as is. So that's where we are with the tush push. I personally don't like it. It's not football. It's not fun, you know. It's not illegal, but it's not fun. I mean, what's the point in doing it, you know? But it favors some teams who know how to do it. So it's up to the teams that's trying to stop them, trying to find a way to stop them from doing it. But right now, that stays as well. Major League Baseball, a man has been charged with providing alcohol to a 20-year-old who fell from the outfield stands at a Pittsburgh Pirate game on April 30th. Name is Ethan Kirkwood, 21 of McKeesport, Pennsylvania, was arrested on a misdemeanor charges of furnishing alcohol to a minor and has a preliminary hearing scheduled for June 23rd, according to court documents. Now, Javon Markwood suffered serious injuries. That's the victim who got hurt after falling from a top of a 20-foot wall, high wall, onto a warning track in PNC Park. That's where the Pirates play their baseball games during the game between the Pirates and Cubs. Now, Markwood was admitted to the trauma center in critical condition, but has made much progress and since the fall. So, with prayers and we know thoughts will be with him as he has a full recovery. But we want him to get back. You know, we don't know how he got up there or whatever, but the idea of alcohol being served to somebody that's not even age, me personally, again, I don't like the idea of alcohol being sold at sporting events because what happens, it takes one person who do not know how to control its intake of alcohol creates havoc. They create fights, they create all sorts of things, and it's just not in it for sports. And although they've been doing it for many years, I personally don't like the idea of it because you just can't hold your alcohol, and it leads to some serious things as well. In the NBA, after winning his first scoring title and leading the Oklahoma City Thunder to a league high 68 wins, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has earned his first NBA MVP award. It was announced early this week. Congratulations to him as he received the award yesterday, just before Game 2 of the NBA Eastern or Western Conference Finals between the OKC Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So now the next game for that will be Game 3 will be on today's Thursday. It will be Saturday. So that game will be tomorrow night. Now, back in New York City, where game 2 will be tonight. It's a pivotal, important game for the New York Knickerbockers, who haven't won an NBA title since 1973. Um, so they got their backs against the wall after a heartbreaking loss the other night on Wednesday night, where the Knicks dominated the game throughout the game, but the Indiana Pacers just hung around. And as Reggie Miller and one of the players who hit the game-winning shot, well, the tying shot to force the game in overtime, gave them the choke sign. And many years ago, Reggie Miller did that in front of Spike Lee and all those, and deja vu. It happened again a couple nights ago, and so that's where we are. Game 2, must game for the Knicks. Indiana is looking great. They've been on a roller coaster ride, and they've been doing well. So let's see what happens tonight. I could tell you that Madison Square Garden in that area over there on 7th Avenue and 34th Street is going to be crazy. It's going to be a madhouse. Like I told you the last time, last week at Madison Square Garden, it was going to be crazy, and it was. So, you know, get prepared. I don't know what the weather's like in New York, but it's going to be awesome. As you know, the Mets and the Yankees are going to be continue to play. The Yankees swept their series yesterday against the Texas Rangers. They move on to play, I believe, the Colorado Rockies, which they should sweep them because I only think they only won 6 games this year. I'm not quite sure how many games, but they are just crazy. So, we're gonna pay attention to your local teams and check on them and see how they're doing. My team, the San Francisco Giants, they're steady right now. It's real steady, real steady, real steady. NFL football, they're not yet going. They're in a mini camp right now. They didn't start their season of exhibition games, but they're trying to get to know one another. So these are like volunteer mini camps as well. We mentioned about the basketball and baseball. Also, we can't leave out hockey. Hockey, the National Hockey League is in the mix of their playoff games. Check your local listings for games as well. This day in sports, May 23rd, 1926, Hack Wilson is the first to hit a home run off a Wrigley Field scoreboard. That stadium's been around since the 19 teens. 1962, Joe Pepitone, second New York Yankee to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. Yankees must have had a big inning because in order for that to happen, you got to hit a home run, then bat around again and hit another home run. That is a very rare feat to accomplish, but Joe Pepitone has done that. 1978, American League approves transfers of the Red Sox to Gene Yorkie for $15 million. That was in 1978. 2018, NFL owners approved whereas players required to stand for the national anthem on the field. Now you can, this was recently, as you know, um, Colin Kaepernick decided to take a stance on social justice that led to a big uprise, and he had every right to do it because he did not lead a violent protest. He was a silent protest, a peaceful protest, and his thoughts is his thoughts, his belief is his beliefs. Who are we to question? He had every constitutional right to do what he wanted to do. But since then, the owners approved that if you don't want to stand for the national anthem, stay in the locker room. And that's what some players did back then. I don't know if they're doing it now, but that was a big thing, and it's still a big thing as well, too. 1924, Clyde King, Major League Baseball pitcher, coach, and manager, was born in Goldsboro, North Carolina. 1952, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, boxing champ, born in Newark, New Jersey. In 1956, Buck Showalter, Major League manager for Yes and ESPN Network, was born in Dufunic Springs, Florida. And happy birthday, born in 1991, Aaron Donald, NFL defensive end for the Rams, 3 times Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year, was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a weekend, beautiful holiday weekend coming up.
And with a lot of sports this weekend, along with your barbecuing and hanging out with family and friends, it's going to be a great weekend, a great long weekend. A lot of people going to enjoy it. What could I say?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And it's going to be, this is the time of the year for the people out here in the South where, well, for me, it's all year round. Get those grills and those smokers ready, burn some meat and eat away. Yes, that's the way it is in the South. Couldn't do that in New York City. You might
Uh,
do it way upstate New York, but like in
I mean,
Atlanta.
you can do it. You can do it in New York, but you have to be in the suburbs on Long Island or something like that, where people own houses. Out in New Jersey, where people own houses, you can do that. But in New York City, no.
They're too bougie out there. I don't know about that. The South is different. The South is different. The South, you in your backyard.
Well, wait a minute. I gotta defend my town here. I mean, just because you don't know.
You live in that town too, but come on, really. Listen. If you go out to Long Island, and you can do it in the backyard, but usually you got to go to a park to do it. It's not fun. You want to be around grass and the nature, the nice smell air and once that grill's going and that smoke is going, and you just take a deep breath and you just relax and once you get that breeze going on, it's a wrap. You could take a nap outside. Don't have to worry about nobody bothering you. I love
Well,
New
I,
York.
I think I'm one of the lucky ones. I have to say I'm one of the lucky ones who live in New York City and could do the same thing that you guys do, barbecue and all of that. I'm one of the lucky ones because I live in a complex where we have courtyards. Our complex have 2 courtyards. and both courtyards are equipped with benches and chairs, picnic tables, and all of that, and two smokers for each courtyard. Now, if I wanted to have some friends over, although you have to, when you go to the building, go to management, you have to do it in advance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
And
know.
and you probably have a curfew too. In the South, you don't have a curfew. Listen, you can stay up all night, all day. You can stay smoking meat at 12 midnight, have fun, and you can hear the crickets. The crickets is important too because the crickets is enjoying that too. And if you got deers running around, the deers will stop by, they look at you, and they just keep on walking. Well, they don't want to get too close because the only thing I got to do is open up the smoker door and let them smell that smoke, and then they'll run away because they don't want to come inside the smoker. See, they gotta be careful. But they do stop by. It's nice. It's nightlife. It's country life. I
Okay,
love it, and I
you
miss
made
it.
you made your point. You made your point. I want to talk about in one of your reports. You talked about Madison Square Garden. Did you know that Madison Square Garden was under construction? They would at one point, although they kept doing events, they kind of just in case you didn't know that they did, but they're wrapping it all up. It's starting a group. I just walked past there uh, just a couple of days ago because my dentist is in that area, the Madison Square Garden area. And walking past Madison Square Garden, it's not the Madison Square Garden that you used to know. It's built differently now. You know.
Well, I remember growing up, the Madison Square Garden had the Felt Forum, which is
Mhm. Yeah, it was
which
like next door. Yeah.
yeah, which is next door. And
Mhm.
the present Madison Square Garden is only, I think they redid Madison Square Garden in the late 60s. I mean, they did. So,
Mhm.
in order to keep the foundation going well and the structure, still holding up, they do once in a while, every so often, 10, 15 years to do this in order
Mhm.
to keep, because as they say in sports, Madison Square Garden is the mecca of all places to
That's right.
perform or to
That's
have concerts there. It's the center of entertainment. So yeah,
that's right. And you never know who you're going to run into over there. You
right.
know, sports
That's right.
figures. I ran into Walt Frazier there a couple of times in his heyday of basketball. I
Yeah.
ran a couple of times. I ran into Walt Frazier 3 times in my life. No, 4 times. Four
Mhm.
times I ran into him. Uh, once at Madison Square Garden, I guess, and then I think twice at Madison Square Garden. It might have been twice. Anyway, it was at Madison Square Garden. I saw him at a party, and I was on the same flight with him coming from Las Vegas one time.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
uh, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was during the time I was on a flight because he
Mhm.
was up in first class. So I'm not in his class. So anyway,
Yeah.
anyway,
But Kevin,
oh
Kevin says, the Felt Forum was renamed called the theater. I was actually it would they had a couple of names after the Felt Forum. But the Felt Forum was for concerts and wrestling matches as well too. When or it was an overflow whenever
yeah,
you get into the main arena.
yeah,
Um, but it's great to see as soon as you get out the subway on 7th Avenue and
mhm,
you get out and the first thing you see is that big old Madison Square Garden billboard and everything,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's nothing like MSG, and it's great,
yeah,
great.
yeah. You did a report on Joe Peppertone. I remember you told me he hit those 2 home runs in 1 inning. Um, I don't want to talk about that, but I remember that. But Joe Peppertone, I wanted to talk about Joe Peppertone. There's like a sports figure that plays on the Yankees right now. You probably heard of him. If you're a Yankee fan, you know this guy, Cody Benninger.
Yes,
Looks just like Joe Peppertone. Have you ever seen him?
yeah. He has a younger brother too. Is it or younger or older brother? That played in in the major leagues. Yeah, he's a lefty, very good
Yeah.
player, and
And
yeah. So
I was going to say that. Now,
mhm,
Joe Pepitone was a lefty, both at the bat and throwing. Cody looks just like him, is a lefty at bat and throwing. Joe Pepitone played outfield and first base, but his main thing was first base. But he did play outfield. Cody plays outfield. Joe Pepitone played for the Chicago Cubs before his career was over. Cody came from the Chicago Cubs to the Yankees.
Yeah. And
Joe Pepitone wore 25, number 25, and Cody wears number 35. Now, there's something to talk to at a cocktail party about.
And Joe Pepitone was supposed to have been the next Mickey Mantle, but his career didn't end up that way. Yeah, he was supposed to have been by New York media, New York fans to be the next Mickey Mantle. Joe Pepitone, remember him? He didn't have the career like Mantle, but he was a solid player. He wasn't a very good player, but he was a solid player, you know.
Yeah. And he was a showman on first base.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Total showman. And guess what? He came out of Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. Yeah, Brooklyn. Oh yeah.
So he's one of my own. Brooklyn, New York. Okay. Okay. Well, listen. You know, I first of all, before you go, I want to comment. You're all draped in red. Is there anything symbolized about that?
Just draped in red today. That's all. Just feel like wearing red today. You know, I
is that your favorite color?
No,
is that your favorite?
My favorite color is midnight blue. That's my favorite color.
Okay, blue. My favorite color is blue. I don't care what midnight, baby blue. I just like blue. Okay. I like blue. You know.
I just feel like wearing red. I even got some red sneakers on too.
Wow.
But gray pants. I got gray pants and red sneakers, red shirt, red hat. Just feel like wearing red today. That's all.
I have my blue on today. Can you guess my favorite color? I just told you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brian, have a great weekend, a long extended weekend, and we'll catch you back here next week.
Everybody enjoy your weekend. Get behind those grills and those smokers, and let's burn some meat. I'll be all over. I'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina, Huntersville, going back to the next day, going back here into my neighbor's house to cook some more meat. The following Saturday, I'll be cooking for a men's and women's shelter. And for Father's Day, I'm going to be in a spare rib contest too. I'll tell you about that in the upcoming week.
Are you going to be eating it or just cooking it?
Both.
I mean the contest.
Oh,
eating it or cooking it?
I'm going to be cooking it. They're going to judge it, and I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
Along with everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just do it wisely. Don't overdo it.
Everybody drive safe out there. There's crazy folks out there. So just be safe.
Okay. All right, Brian. Take care of yourself. Have a good one. Good weekend. Okay, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he's here each week, bringing you the greatest news of sports, the wonderful world of sports. They used to say that a long time ago, the wonderful world of sports. I don't know what that meant. The wonderful world of sports. What's so wonderful about it? I don't know. It is wonderful. It's marvelous. Anyway, he's going to be back here next week with us. He's here each week with us, whether it's here on the Coffee Hour and even on Talk Back Live. You can get a chance to hear the sports. We thank you guys for being along with us. The name of the program is called the Coffee Hour. And I thank all of you guys for being around with us. Mary Reed from Brooklyn, New York, came in, along with Kevin Briscoe, Senior Cigar. Just blow the smoke in the room, right? Blow some smoke in the air. That's what he does. Anyway, we thank him for being along. We thank the rest of you guys for being along. So there you go. You guys want to have any taffy? This is saltwater taffy. All right, because we're celebrating Saltwater Taffy Day. All right. Okay. One of the things I wanted to mention too, being that this is the day, Memorial Day weekend. Of course, we talked about all of the soldiers, all of the people in the military. We appreciate them because we appreciate this Military Appreciation Month as well. I also wanted to mention that on Memorial Day, which is Monday, the actual day is on Monday, the 25th. I also want to throw in and a little news item here that you probably remember. Remember George Floyd that was murdered by a police officer 5 years ago? Yeah, well, yesterday was the anniversary of that. And we wanted to let you know that yeah, he passed away 5 years ago. He died he was murdered 5 years ago. So we just wanted to put that out. And that's something that you can look back to on Memorial Day, on the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Okay, those of you who are coming in, if you're from out of town, out of New York, in another city somewhere on the other side of the world, give us your weather forecast. It doesn't have to be full blown. Just give us something simple that we could talk about, right? Something simple that we could talk about. And I will give you the full blown weather forecast. I didn't do that. And I usually do it before Brian comes on the air, but we were running out of time and I didn't want to horn in on Brian's time. So with that, I am going to give you my weather forecast and let you know what's happening in our area in New York City anyway. Mary wanted to know what's happening in New York as far as the weather is concerned. Well, Mary, we have 52 degrees right now. It's 52 degrees right now. That's what we got right now. And we've got cloudy skies. And if we can get past today, the rest of the weekend is going to be okay. Not the best, but it's going to be okay. So this is what we're going to start with right now. It's going to be showers this afternoon, followed by morning drizzle, followed by some morning drizzle. You know, the morning is not over yet. We'll have a high around 65 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 50%. It's a 50-50 chance. For tonight, showers early, then partly cloudy overnight. We'll have a low 51 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain, another 50%. We drift into Saturday. The temperatures will get a little higher now because we've got some cool weather. We've had some cool weather for the past. It's unusually cool. Just like today, cloudy. Well, the temperatures are just like today, but it's going to be cloudy for Saturday. There's no rain in the forecast at this particular point. I'll have a high near 65 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, if you're going on to town, you don't have to take the umbrella, but it will be partly cloudy. And we'll have a low of 53 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, this is when the temperatures start to rise again, okay? A mix of clouds and sun in the morning, followed by cloudy skies during the afternoon. Still no rain in the forecast. We'll have a high around 70 degrees, and winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy skies, low 54, winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for your actual holiday, which is Memorial Day, the actual Memorial Day holiday looks okay. Generally sunny despite a few clouds. We'll have a high 74. So the temperatures boost out there. And at this point, right through the rest of the week, it's going to go up. So we're going to get back to normal. 74 degrees for the high on Monday, and winds will be light and variable. All right, so it's not a bad weekend. If we can get by today, I think everything is going to be copacetic. It's 52 degrees right now, presently in New York City. And again, for you guys who are joining in conversation, let us know what your weather forecast is. We like to know all about that. We want to compare the notes. A lot of you guys have great weather coming up for the holiday, so you're going to be doing that backdoor or backyard barbecue or whatever it is that you do. And we can't do it here in New York City. I mean, we can, but I know. But people are going to be going away. People are going to be flying out of town, you know, and doing a lot of things. So there you have it. Name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We thank you so much for being along with us, and we invite you to stay with us for the balance of the show, because we have a few more things to talk about, and we want you involved in the show too. Don't be shy. You need no alibi. George Wendt, the actor and comedian who was beloved for his performance as Norm Peterson on the long-running comedy series Cheers, has died. The beloved NBC sitcom ran for 11 seasons and starred Wendt as the lovable beer gulping Norm, aside cast members Rhea Perlman, Ted Danson, Woody Harrelson, Shelley Long and Kelsey Grammer, among others. He was 76 years old. Gary Lineker, the England soccer great turned media celebrity, will leave his role as a presenter for the BBC after facing criticism for posting an Instagram story about Zionism, which featured a picture of a rat. Now, Lineker, who is the British national broadcaster highest paid presenter on about 1.3 million pounds in American money, that's $1.7 million a year, was set to leave a flagship soccer highlights show called Match of the Day at the end of the season, but will remain on the BBC in front of other soccer coverages, including next year's Men's World Cup. Okay. And independent filmmakers accusing former first daughter, Malia Obama, of cinematically plagiarizing her work in a recent Nike commercial. Director Natalie Jasmine Harris, she claimed that Obama ripped off the scene from her recent short film, Grace, in which the two characters played patty cake in a Nike commercial starring WNBA star Aja Wilson. Harris maintained that Obama ripped off the cinematic tools used to shoot the childhood game. Sony Pictures Television announced a series order of SWAT Exile. That's a new spinoff series starring Shamir Moore, who will reprise his role as Daniel Hondo Harrelson. And Sony Pictures will produce and distribute the 10-episode series globally, focusing on finding the right partners for these new series or these new stories to reach the passionate SWAT fan base and attract new viewers. For television news industry in a constant state of motion, Deborah Norville has been a role model for stability. And she began hosting the syndicated news magazine called Inside Edition in 1995 and has remained there ever since. Now that 30-year run is coming to a close. Norville signed off on Tuesday. She's planning to celebrate with a long vacation through Europe with her husband and she's going to try to do something new when she returns. And she will host a Perfect Line, which is a trivia show that begins airing this fall. No successor has been named for Inside Edition. Gloria Estefan is returning to her roots. The singer is set to release her first Spanish language album in nearly 2 decades. The project is titled Races, which in translation means roots in English. And in an interview, Estefan explains why it's important for her to make all Spanish albums. And Estefan's last Spanish language album, which was called 90 Millis, came out in 2007. Birthdays today. Pop singer Jewel Kilcher, which we know her as just as played Jules. I can't believe it. She's 51. Comedian Drew Carey is 67. The late General Johnson, when he made that big hit back in the old days, the chairman of the board and Give Me Just a Little More Time. He's a singer. And of course, he was a member of a group called the Chairman of the Board. He would have been 84 today. Actress Joan Collins is 92 today. Happy birthday and God bless you. Singer, the late Rosemary Clooney, would have been 97. Big band singer Helen O'Connor would have been 105. Comedian, singer, dancer, and singer, actress Betty Garrett. You remember her. She played Irene on All in the Family. She would have been 106 years old. Actor Sid Milton would have been 108. Actor John Payne would have been 113. Musician Artie Shaw would have been 125. And also actor Scatman Crothers would have been 125. So happy birthday to all of them, the people who are alive today We have say happy birthday to you, as well as the people who are no longer with us, but we remember you and we salute you, and we continue to wish you a happy birthday to wherever you are. And if you have a birthday coming up anytime soon, I'm not talking about you. You have a birthday coming up, please feel free to get in contact with us. If you don't want to come on and announce it yourself, well, we'll do it. We'll do it for you. All you have to do is get into contact with us. I have an email and a telephone number. I'll give you the email address first. How about that? The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. That's a very important detail. Frank Allan Prod. Prod is Prod. That's short for productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You can get in contact with us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, anytime you like. And it doesn't only have to be because you're celebrating a birthday. If you want to contact with us about anything at all, maybe you want to critique our show or have ideas that we should implement in our show, you can do anything you want. Even if you just want to say hello, we look forward to your correspondence. So let me give you that email address once again, Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I want to take time out right now. You heard the news already, but it's worth talking about it again because it's all over the news. As a matter of fact, it's top news. You heard about it. Two staff members of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., a young couple on a verge of becoming engaged, were fatally shot on Wednesday evening while leaving the event at a Jewish museum. That's the Jewish Museum in Washington. That's one of the biggest museums that you can think of. And they caught the suspect. The suspect name is Eliza Gonzalez, 30 years old, out of Chicago. They apprehended him, and while he was apprehended, they had him in custody, and he's yelling at the same time while he's on his way out, free, free Palestine, free, free Palestine, after he was arrested. But we brought you that news, but we would like to send our best wishes out to the family of Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lashinsky. Those were the two. They were on their way of getting married or being at least getting engaged. And they just came out just to celebrate. Two innocent young people gunned down by a lunatic. Okay, and what can you say? Except to send the blessings out to the family of these two individuals. And we pray for their strength and their well-being. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have not movies this week because I didn't find anything on Turner Classic Movies, but I have two documentaries that I'd like you to look into. I think you'll like them. If you have Netflix, here's something that I looked at and I liked it very much because I like entertainment. I like music. And this week I selected a documentary called The Two Killings of Sam Cooke. Remember Sam Cooke? And it's called The Sam Cooke Story. It's a great documentary. I think you're going to like it. It's on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, go to some friend's house that have Netflix and check it out. Great documentary, well worth watching. Two Killings of Sam Cooke. Then we have another one. This one, you can go to the CW app and check this one out. Someone that I had the pleasure of spending time with in her company before she's no longer with us, Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch, and the name of her documentary is called I Am Raquel Welch, one of the sex goddesses of the 60s, right? And that's the name of her documentary. It's right there on CW. Now, you can go to Turner Classic Movies and check out some of the movies that may be there, may be available that I didn't mention because I didn't have a pick of the week. But I'm pretty sure there's something there that you may like. And of course, there's a lot of documentaries, sports, documentaries, children's programming, all sorts of things. If you have cable, and a lot of people still have cable, they still cherish their cables, you have all of that to contend with. So these documentaries, again, Sam Cooke, The Two Killings of Sam Cooke, the Sam Cooke story, that's on Netflix. And you have a I Am Raquel Welch on CW. Check them out and let me know how you like it. That's going to wrap it up for me. My weekend is officially underway, but I hope that I get a chance to see you back here next Thursday on Talk Back Live. Brian Camp is going to be along with me, and we're going to talk sports. And if you can't make it then at least make it next week, right here on the Coffee Hour at 10 a.m. Eastern, right here. And we hope to look forward to you. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for this long weekend. Have a good one, a great day, and a great long weekend, and a happy Memorial Day holiday weekend to each and every one of you. Thank you, Warren, Mary, Lisa, Kevin, all of you guys. Thank you so much for being along with us. And until then, have yourself a great one, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.